Okay, let's go. Sweep ho!
In order to find out what's going on in our city, I have to be out there to see it. I have to feel what the heartbeat is of the people. I have to acknowledge what the positives are or the negatives are out there. And I think by going out there, we're able to communicate to the consumer what they're looking for, what the problems may be, how they feel safe in their own neighborhood, what programs are available for them. And it's just reaching out. It's something that's very imperative at this point. If you want to take the streets back, you have to give the people the energy and the hope that we are listening and we're there. We can't do it ourselves. If anyone's expecting the city of Utica to go out there and change it, it's going to be started. It starts with you, and that's what we're trying to do. We're giving all the tools that we have out there. Obviously, we all know our financial conditions that we've been cut. But quite frankly, as I said during my campaign, Utica deserves better, and that's what they're going to get. The energy has been here, and I think people have lost hope, and I think that hope is coming back at this point. And when you see the volunteerism, whether it be Buckley Pool, whether it be, as we talked about, United Way or Indian Corporation, or many of other people just stepping forward, it lets you know that what we're doing at this point, people are starting to embrace it, starting to feel much better about themselves. There is pride in the city of Utica. It's always been there, and sometimes you have to go out there and work a little harder to make it come out. We're very fortunate to have Indian Corporation donate X amount of dollars for us to be able to facilitate enough paint to do the fire hydrants that we've done within the last 26 weeks.
The Indian Corporation thinks this is a very important project. Number one, it's a matter of public safety. When you've got the equipment in good working order and it's easy to find, it's there when you need it. Number two, it makes our city look sharp when all the equipment, especially the fire hydrants, are painted. It's important for individuals and companies to give back to the city when they can. Indian Corporation was founded in Utica, New York in 1934. This is our town, and we feel a great responsibility to this community and this region.
We've instituted the ROP, which is a rental occupancy permit, which is required by all two-family homes that they have to submit, and they have to be part of that. And what that gives us the opportunity to do is, at this time, is just make sure it's clean and it's safe. But there's been a number of times where we've been to a number of homes where they've taken a two-family home and they chopped it into a four-family home without any type of egress coming out of the building. And that's a problem. We also have found in some other areas with the fire department, as we go in there, there's mounds of garbage that have been compiled on the back steps. Well, that's not the responsibility of the landlord, that's the responsibility of the residents. It's hand in hand. There are opportunities that we have to educate the resident, and there's opportunities we have at this point to educate the landlords. And that's what we're trying to do, is bring both of them together, because a landlord is into this to make money. They want to get return on their investment, and the resident is looking for a quality of life to live in a safe, clean atmosphere, and that's what we're trying to provide. We've covered close to 45 miles of sweeps. And in some areas, we've overlapped. In the first time we go through these areas, obviously we were educating, we're talking, we're communicating to some of the residents. But when you go back there and you see the same problem, well, when we're seeing the same problem at this point, then we enforce it. And we'll serve an appearance ticket for the garbage, the litter that's out there. We enforce it coming through the second time with an appearance ticket on either the resident, or if it's something we find within the landlord's responsibility, serve as a notice and order. Quite frankly, that you could bring out your army of police fire codes out into the city streets. It gives you a different feeling at this point from a codes end of it. There's multiple times that you may drive by something that you didn't see. When we're doing the sweeps, we're individually walking from neighborhood to neighborhood, from house to house, and a lot of times there's a lot of irregularities that are going on out there, and that we serve over 17 appearance tickets. When we do an appearance ticket, that's generally to someone that we've had notice and orders over and over again, and they haven't complied. The appearance ticket at this point, there is a court date. They have to appear in court with this appearance ticket. If they do not appear in court, then within a 2-week period, there'll be a bench warrant for them. We can't have codes or the police or fire going back and forth to the same end users day in and day out. And this is a way to let them know that we're serious about what we're doing. We want them to comply. If they comply, then there's no problems. But when they don't want to comply, then we have to do whatever we can to make sure that neighborhood is safe and clean. And the Utica Police Department, specifically the Special Operations Unit, is very proactive out there. And on our sweeps, they've made over 3 felony arrests, over 80 traffic violations have gone on. We're not sitting idle. We're taking this very serious. We're changing the complexion of what the city is, and it's going to be the Utica Police Department every department head I have out there that's going to be changing it. And one of the more proactive groups is, as I said, the Utica Police Department and the Special Operations Unit. Any sweep that you have, you're going to run across the same problems that you face over and over again. And that's what we're trying to change. We can't accept the fact that there's garbage in front of the same house day in and day out, and no one's accountable for it. And we do the sweeps, and quite frankly, we're making these people accountable for it. If there's a notice and order or a parent's ticket, whatever it may be, that's what we're going to do. We're not going to have one group of people or one home destroy a whole neighborhood. So we want to enforce what the rules are. We're there to help you, but we're certainly not going to come back every week with DPW to pick up the garbage in front of someone's house, or the fact that you don't care. And it's a lot of the I don't cares of these. Well, they will care, because there's people living in that neighborhood who have been there for 10, 15, 20, 30 years, deserve and will get the best quality of life that we can give them.
I want you to be safe and feel that, you know what, the city cares about you, and in turn, you care about the city.
If the question is if I think it's successful, it's really not up to me. It's up to the people, how they feel. We're out there. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback on it, but you know, the success is what the people, what you out there feel, how our sweeps are going, what you feel the quality of life is at this point. Is it different or is it not different? And quite frankly, if you have any ideas or any thoughts, you know, you could call me at any point. We're here for you. We're here for the people. You are the most important thing that makes this engine run, and we want to make sure that when we're doing these sweeps, that we go into as many areas of the city as we can. My message is that, you know, this is not my first rodeo. I've been doing this for a while. I've done this for roughly 8 years. And the difference is now I'm the mayor. And I know what has to be done out there, and I know how it can be done. And I want to do everything in my power to make sure that people are clean and safe. But I will be in someone's face, I will be yelling, I will be demanding from my department heads to make sure that it doesn't happen over and over again. You're dealing with a small minority that's creating the majority of the problems. And I want that small minority to understand we're not going away. We're going to be consistent, we're going to be persistent, and we're going to have the continuity. We are going to change the complexion of what people perceive at times of the city of Utica. We are going to make it clean, and we're going to make it safe.